Hi friends, welcome back to Backyard Homestead. Just wanted to give you a quick update on our pumpkin patch, which is in our front yard. There's also 3 zucchini plants growing in here. And then I was going to give you an update of my herb bed, which my cilantro has gone to flower, so I'm going to have to pull it. I appreciate you guys watching and all the new subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here to join me. Here I'm showing you a little spaghetti squash that started. So cute. Little zucchinis are already starting to grow, and I was worried about them not getting pollinated, so I actually took the male flower, put it into the female flower, and so far a couple of them are growing. Out back, my yellow zucchini, they'll just grow to about 1 inch and then stop, so I think they weren't getting pollinated, and I tried hand pollinating those too. So far, they're only about 1 inch big, so fingers crossed they all grow and we have lots of zucchini. Look at the size of these ones. I'm sure these are going to get big. I mean, not huge because you want to pick them before they're huge, but I'm pretty sure those are pollinated and they are growing, so I'm so excited. And look at the size of the garden, friends. Here we're out back on my little raised herb bed. My cilantro bolted. I'll show you the little flowers here. Once they start growing the little flowers, it wants to go to seed. And then the actual cilantro leaves get tiny, and then they have more of a bitter taste, so you really don't want those. You want the nice big leaves. So it's time to just pinch off all the tiny stuff. Oh, and there's my beautiful dill. Look at that dill. I've got to harvest some and dry it out. It's so great this year. But anyways, you want to pinch off the little tiny stuff because it tastes a little more bitter. And it's time to just pull it. It's so hot here in the desert. You can't, once it gets hot, even the slow bolt cilantro, all of it bolts. So I just have a small period of time where I can grow cilantro, harvest it, and I wish I had a freeze dryer, but I don't. But I just dry it, and we'll use it fresh, and then we'll use a little bit dried, and the rest of the time we have to buy it at the store, unfortunately. I'm proud of this dill this year. There's 2 others growing, but you can't see them. There's a zinnia, nasturtiums, and some marigolds right there. We're down to only 2 chickens. We lost a hen that was an older one that wasn't laying, so time for new chicks. What are you doing, Dory? Is there something in that zucchini? There's some petunias I started from seed. Here's the yellow zucchini. Oh, and a little rose bush. Here's the yellow zucchini. You'll see what I'm talking about. The zucchinis are growing like crazy on there, but they're not getting bigger. I think maybe they're not getting pollinated, and I've tried to hand pollinate them. Sorry, I was trying to get in there with the camera. There are 2 new male flowers right there coming up, so tomorrow morning when they're open, I'm going to try to pollinate any open flowers. But you can see it's got tons of them on it, but they're not getting bigger. So hopefully it helps. Good. What's Mama doing? Huh? You little turds. You guys are funny. What, you think there's something in there? Here's my Egyptian walking onions, and those are bunching onions. So far, so good. They're growing nicely. Your big old toy? You are so funny. Somebody throw my toy? Okay, on to the 4 beds. These are mostly tomatoes. We've got some potatoes and peppers growing also. Oh, and some marigolds and zinnias. So let's get in here and show you guys. Here's my first bed of tomatoes, and there's tomato marigolds, Right there, some little cucumbers just starting, some California poppy starting, and some zinnias. I did plant basil in here, but it hasn't sprouted. And over here is potatoes, more cucumbers, a couple of weeds. Let's get rid of those. And these guys are morning glories that seeded themselves from last year. And I'm pulling them up because they're invasive. And I want to keep the cucumbers, which need to be thinned out, I'm pretty sure. And then the other stuff is potatoes and my little Yorkie, Dory. I guess she wants to be in the garden bed. They're fascinated with the garden. It's so cute. But they haven't dug anything up or anything, so. Oh, and right there's some little green beans started. And all the other bushy stuff is potatoes. I decided to leave the one morning glory because they are so pretty. And then those two are zinnias. Moving on to the next bed. Those are all tomatoes. I did plant basil in there, but it didn't come up yet. Those are cucumbers. I think I'm going to have to thin them more. And then these 3 tomatoes, that little one in the middle has 3 little tomatoes on it already. And then the one at the end, the little tiny one, has 1 tomato on it. I don't remember. I think those were the 42-day tomato. So, yeah, and then those are cucumber. I planted 3 different cucumbers, and I forgot which one was which in the bed. So, and then all those are peppers, which are just slowly growing. They're real slow this year. So hopefully everything's good with those. And then this bed that Dory's back in is all tomatoes. My friend Henry planted all those. So I think they're a little close together. But I'm leaving them. They all need tomato cages now. And they're pretty healthy. I need to fertilize everything this weekend. So that's something we're going to do. And I'll show you guys that. Anyways, that's the 4 beds. Now I'm going to move on to the tomatoes that are in the buckets. These start with cherry tomatoes in the back there. And then San Marzano. 2 42-day tomatoes, some tomatillos, and the desert bird of paradise, which needs to be put in their own pots and separated, some chicken greens, and the other ones are going on to my sweet potato vines here, which I put the little obelisk on, and they're growing pretty nicely. That was just from 2 slips. And then these 2 over here are 2 sugar pie pumpkins that I couldn't fit in the front yard. And then potatoes started growing in there that must have been from last year, because last year I had potatoes in here and they didn't grow that good. Well, now they're growing. Anyways, so now we've got some surprise potatoes in with these pumpkins, which are just an experimental because there were 2 left. And there's my 2 girls, Ebony and Night Rider. And there's my baby Tiffy, my Shih Tzu. She's a year old.
What's up, Dory? What are you doing? Hey!
Oh, it's so windy out here. Let's go in. Okay, here's some petunias I started from seed, and they're growing nicely and flowering. And then in the little bird cage looking thing is some blue morning glories that I started from seed, and they sprouted right away. So they're growing great. I can't wait for them to have beautiful flowers all over. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.